Oh, sure.
Al Jackson joins us. Once again, it looks like he's at the back wall of Wrigley Field. Is that a leather jacket you have on?
No, that would be weird to have a leather jacket on in the house.
Yeah.
This early, but it would also be really cool. Then maybe that's going to be my next, because this is obviously a tracksuit. I'm full.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
This is not a joke. These are all tracksuits all day.
Love it.
And I'm wondering, let me get a gauge of all the guys in the room, and especially you, Christy, because you are the sex that I'm most interested in attracting. How do you feel about a guy that wears a suit all the time, but not like a Brooks Brothers, I have cocaine on Wall Street suit? I'm 45. I want to wear like maybe a suit with a T-shirt underneath, or a suit with like a casual, because I feel like I might be getting into that casual suit guy.
You know what? We were just talking about this at dinner last night. I was out with some girlfriends.
Yes. It was fun.
Yeah, by the way,
delightful dinner.
I recorded the conversation, Al. It's my new car alarm.
No, but we were talking about there are a couple of gentlemen that we know, and they are that guy. They wear a suit all the time, even on the weekends. I even brought up your father, and I said, well, Tom's dad always wore a suit even on the weekends.
Not a tracksuit.
No, a suit. And he's talking about
my dad
doing
would
a
come
suit.
down Saturday morning with a tie on.
Yeah, and this gentleman is an elderly gentleman, but he always wears a nice suit, and he had on a crew T-shirt with it last night. He looked very nice, very dapper. I think it's a cool look.
It's a commitment, but I've committed to the tracksuits for a while. Like, I've been wearing tracksuits. I wear tracksuits on stage now, which is where I am. It's like I leave the club and go straight to the dog track. But I think that I can also, I think I could pull off the suit, but it's just like, do I want to do that all the time? And I think the answer might be yes. I think I might be ready.
Al, you're a fashionista anyway. You could do it. You look good in a suit.
I don't hear anything from the fellas. I feel a lot of silent judgment.
No, man.
I'm on board for tracksuits. I've gotten a bunch of track jackets recently. I'm on board with you, but wearing a suit all the time with a tie is stupid.
No, he didn't say with a tie.
Don't get confused here. We're talking about two different things.
Either way.
Al, your dad was a lawyer.
He was.
Let me ask you this. I think we've reviewed this, I think, maybe once before. Did he go into the court a lot? Was he in a courtroom much?
Often, yeah. We were. He used to be a pretty big-time criminal defense attorney. So he would be often on like the front page of the Cleveland Plain Dealer.
Now, did he?
Back when
let me ask you, what kind
he would have to defend like guys that used to have to be medicated while they sat next to him.
What kind of suits? What kind of suits did he wear? Did he wear suits?
Tom, I can break it. And you and my father are so much alike in terms of being regimented. I don't know if I've ever really gotten to it on the show. Like, my dad did not change his routine. And I think every dude in this room probably had a father like this. My dad wore gray suits and blue suits. That's it. On the weekends, he wore jeans. He wore a white Hanes V-neck T-shirt and loafers with no socks. That is it. That is all he wore. I never saw him with a shirt on with a logo on it. I never saw him with a polo shirt. I never saw him with a striped shirt. I never saw him with a Cleveland Brown shirt. He wore the same. It was like Jim Harbaugh, like a uniform.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah, you are.
But now, interestingly enough, I was talking to a very well-known defense attorney, and this is real serious. You'll see where this is going, Al. And this guy was a white dude, and he was telling me. He was saying,
I apologize, Al.
No. You'll see where this is going. This is a real thing, and if you think it's racist, you're crazy. One of his partners was a black gentleman. Your dad was a black attorney. This guy said his partner always wore he always wore a dark pinstripe suit. The white defense attorney told me he would never do that. He would dress, as he put it back in the day, like Johnny Carson. He would always be wearing clean, neat clothes, but he would never go with that dark suit look.
Why?
In a
All
courtroom.
for the jury.
The jury.
Yeah.
The jury does not.
Interesting.
He would say the jury does not want to see a white man like me wearing a dark suit like that. But he said all of the black attorneys do it. So take it for what you want. That's what he told me.
I don't doubt the psychology behind that at all.
Right.
And what you put on, especially in court, I mean, if you're going to court, they'll tell you to get a haircut or shave your head or, put some lipstick on or take some lipstick off, depending on what your case is. Like your look conveys a lot. We are animals. Sight is a big thing in instinct. So if you go, she looks innocent or he looks guilty or his attorney looks like somebody I wouldn't like, and maybe, I don't know, a white guy in an all dark, I feel like it just seems like he seems like a guy that would be behind an oak desk telling me that it's my fault that I lost all my money with their firm. Mm-hmm. Like, so it's not like a pleasant look. You want to kind of have those bright colors, that's why everybody like my cousin Vinny, I want a lawyer like that, Mr. Vincent Gambino.
I think you're right, Al, and I think for juries, especially back in the day, I would imagine black attorneys had to dress up and white attorneys would have to dress down in a sense.
Yeah, that's kind of what he was telling me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. For credibility, absolutely, yeah.
The essence of this program is trying to get me to hip up, if you will, and thus we go to Al Jackson. Of course, he's on the DBL, the Daily Blast Live, and you can see Al weigh in on many a subject. But on this program, it gets a little bit lighter. We talk about language and how I'm trying to get a little hipper. What have you got for me today, Al?
Tom, let's start with one of my brand new but all-time favorites. This would be something that you would see more kind of written underneath a comment, or it could be texted to you. But Tom, if somebody texts "waymit" to you, what do they mean? WAYMIT.
Waymit?
Wait a minute.
Waymit.
Wait a minute. I'll be right back. No. Okay.
You're close.
That would have been my guess.
Yeah.
Waymit.
Go with that, Tom.
I don't know. Wait a minute. Waymit.
Is it a little kid with a lisp trying to say Raymond, and he can't say Raymond, so he says Waymit? Is that what it is?
Yeah, the water was too hot. Water's too hot. Yeah, right.
I would just think it would be wait a minute, but no, huh?
Tom, no,
does way mean a lot?
I mean, you said it like a tax attorney, but it's just like if somebody tells you, like if somebody says something crazy on a post, you just go, wait a minute. So you just write waymit.
Oh,
okay. So it is wait a minute.
It's an abbreviation for wait a minute. That's crazy.
Oh, then I got
waymit.
Okay, very good.
Cool.
Strike one. I got one.
No. I count that. You got that right. Okay. You just didn't believe in yourself. We need to uplift you. I'm going to be like Big Brothers Big Sisters right now. Tom, what is the phrase? When would I use the phrase "rocking it"?
Oh, if you were wearing a dark pinstripe suit, a white shirt, and a nice red tie, he's rocking it. Must be going to court.
See, again, Tom, this is what sometimes bothers me with the show is everyone. It's like that scene in Old School when Will Ferrell knew all the answers to the during this debate portion that got sprung on him. Tom, you knocked that out of the park. Sure. And yet everybody sits there like they're in front of a zoo that's been closed for 2 years. That was impressive. That's exactly how you're like, oh, I like the way Tom is rocking that hat. Oh, I couldn't pull off leather pants, but Christy Lee, I like the way she rocks it. Like, that's exactly. How did you know that?
Oh.
Dumb luck. Yeah.
I think Tom is sneaking off to kick it with the people on Sunday nights.
Oh, how wrong you are. Okay, Al, give me one more.
Tom, I got one more for you. What would you use the phrase bare bones whip?
Bare bones whip?
Yes.
Josh, you got a handle?
I do have an idea, yeah. But I don't
Talk to me.
Oh, it's not a fancy car. Just it gets you from A to B.
That I'm so proud. Right now.
You have done a great job learning.
So wait a minute.
What an amazing day. Do we have time to go for one more since you guys knocked these all out of the park?
Wait a second. I got to work. So has this replaced hoopty?
Oh, God.
No, a hoopty is more like, first of all, no one says that. But if hoopty did have its time and place, and hoopty was like a car that was falling apart, you could buy a bare bones whip new. I mean, if you just no AC,
Right.
you know, just an AM cassette player, non-power windows, like bare bones whip just means it just doesn't have a lot of amenities. But hoopty is like this car barely can make it around the block.
Okay. So we got two different models. Very good.
Yes.
Very good, Josh. Thank you very much. I got time for one more. What do you got?
Tom, what is the phrase loose AF mean? You don't have to put the F on the end. But when would you use that phrase, loose AF?
Oh, the AF means extremely.
Essentially,
Yes.
yeah.
So we'll leave that
Very
there.
good.
Sure.
So, is this in the traditional dating situation? And I certainly recommend that you go rocking that suit because she's loose as AF, and she'll probably want to bang you in the back seat of your bare bones.
Not a woman of loose
Situation.
morals.
So you would say that if you'd be like, hey, I heard Josh had an after hours after the nightclubs closed. It went from 2:30 in the morning to 7. It was loose AF. So it's more to describe like how crazy everything was at the time.
Oh, see, because I was going to say she's loose as AF, so Josh is going to get lucky in the back seat of his bare bones whip.
That's perfect. You could use that as well.
Because
Go with that.
because he's rocking that black pinstripe suit with
That's
the red
right.
tie. See, I got it all down. It's all happening.
It's just
It's like hitting for the cycle.
you don't have to say as AF. The A stands for as.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
implied.
A little redundant.
So it's loose AF.
Yes.
Yes.
It's like saying ATM machine, which I often do.
Also redundant.
I see. Okay, good.
And repetitive.
Yeah, okay, so sorry. Al Jackson, it's always a great pleasure to speak to you, Al. And how are things going, by the way, in your personal life? I know you've got this new girlfriend. Is everything good?
I do. Everything's great, man. I'm hosting an autism benefit tonight. There'll be a link on my page if you want to donate. It's called Laugh Yourself Blue. I've been hosting this for 4 years now, and it's going strong. So please, there'll be a link on my page. If you can donate $1, it's great. You guys know how I feel about the autism community. So it's going to be a good time, good night. Had by y'all, but I just appreciate the Bottom Time team for all y'all support.
Where do we
You guys
find the
are my
page,
family,
Al?
And I love y'all.
Where do we get to the page, Al?
You can just go to my Instagram, just Al Jackson IG, or I'll send out a tweet, and I'm sure you guys will be gracious enough to retweet it. So everything will be right there.
Okay. And
That's great work.
Maybe next time we can tell your famous story about the DJ who tried to mention the name of Al's page.
Oh, yes.
That's a
Shout out to
classic.
West
That
Palm
is a
Beach.
classic.
That is, I'm sorry I'm laughing just to myself, but
It was so beautiful.
Yeah,
Yes.
Only you could tell that, by the way.
Al Jackson. Oh, I'm not coming to work tomorrow. Good, fine.
Hey, thanks, Al.
Hey, I love you guys.
Bye, Al. Love you.